in the midst of this quarantine thing, like we all are. I had a write that I had booked a few months back, so we decided, obviously in lieu of canceling, since we couldn't do it in person, that we would just do it over FaceTime. And I was texting Rob and Brent the night before, the guys I wrote it with, and I said, "Hey, man, should we write a song about this thing or not? Is that too cheesy?" And they had sent me over the idea 6 feet apart, and just kind of came together after that. So it just felt like the right thing to do from the jump. Once the song was done, I think I played it on a live stream the next day or something like that, and got a really great reaction out of the song. So we got some guys that worked on my last couple of records, musicians, and they were all willing to do it, and we were kind of all self-isolated in a sense in the studio. Like nobody was ever in the same room as each other, and everybody was wearing masks and stuff. So it was really weird and different, because usually when you go in the studio, it's a real kind of like, group atmosphere, I guess. You like a really collaborative thing. There's a lot of people in and out. At least for me, that's the way it is. There's a lot of, writers in and out, and friends, and my fiance would be there, and managers and all and stuff like that. But we kept it a real skeleton crew for this, so it was different. When the dogwood start to bloom and the crickets hum their tune, that's usually about the time that I feel most alive. I think the thing that makes me feel most alive about it is that everything seems more alive in the spring. When you're outside, at least, the animals are kind of, the insects are crawling out of the ground, and everything is, the birds are chirping, and the leaves are blooming, and all the flowers are coming out. I mean, it's just like life is kind of born in the spring as far as nature goes. It's pretty much been business as usual at the house, at least, just going around riding Polaris or four-wheelers, or going hunting, or just sitting around at the campfire. There's really a lot of opportunities for life to be the same. At least here, we don't live in downtown Nashville. So we've got a little bit of land that we can go out and kind of have some space to roam and walk around the woods and stuff. So I guess it's kind of been positive in that sense. So it hasn't changed too much, other than, all of a sudden you're like, man, I need to go get this thing from the store or whatever. And then when you go in town, you kind of realize how weird everything is, But the news has all been bad, and the whole world seems so sad. I ain't had much else going on, so I sat down and wrote this song. I was in Europe when all this news kind of started popping off, for lack of a better term, and we had to kind of turn around in 24 hours and come home. And so, everybody was glued to their televisions for the first, 2 weeks of this thing, and there was no good news. I mean, there was no like, oh, a teacher helped their student do this or do that. It was just like all bad all the time, and it still is. So I can, you can definitely do too much of that. It's obviously great to be informed and know what's going on with this thing, and that's obviously one of the most important things that you can do, is be informed on it. But after a while, you can't live in that reality either. You have to go, okay, I need to stay home and be safe, but I need to get out of that negative headspace. I miss my mom, I miss my dad, I miss the road, I miss my band, giving hugs and shaking hands. It's a mystery, I suppose, just how long this thing goes, but there'll be crowds and there'll be shows, and there will be light after dark. Someday when we aren't 6 feet apart. I miss a lot of stuff about my parents. I miss seeing them. I think I miss getting to have really cool experiences with them. They both recently retired in the last couple of years. And so we've gotten to do a lot of really cool stuff together. I'm an only child, so my relationship with my parents is a little bit extra strong, I would say. And my mom is, they don't live that far from me. They live about 5 hours from here, so it's enough where they can drive and come and hang out kind of whenever they want to. And I think them not being able to do that has been tough, really tough on them, and tough on me. And so I'm looking forward to that happening. First thing that I'm gonna do is slide on in some corner booth. Take the whole damn family out, buy my buddies all around. The first thing I would want to do would be play a show. I would really love to do that. I'm about to do arenas in Dublin, London, and Glasgow, which would have been really cool. Obviously missed out on that opportunity, but that would be it. But I think it would be really neat to just go to a bar and have a beer too. And I know there's some places in the country that are opened up. I'm the guy that errs on the side of caution because I could probably pop down the street and get a beer at a bar right now if I wanted to, but that just doesn't seem like the right thing to do to me right now. Pay some extra on the tab, catch a movie, catch a cab, watch a ball game from the stands. Probably overwash my hands. I can't say I'm a big moviegoer anymore. At times it can be tough for me to really go do anything, which is a good thing. I'm definitely not complaining about that because that means things are going well. But my life has just changed in a lot of ways since this all started. So I think it's more like the pay the extra on the tab thing was obviously there are a lot of people in the restaurant world who are struggling right now. I'm a big guy. I like to eat, so I got a lot of respect for those folks that cook some dinner for us and serve for us. So I just feel really lucky. I've been really blessed financially, and I'm a big believer in giving that back in any way that I can. Even if it's tipping somebody $100 on a $20 check, it just always feels like the right thing to do. And I think after this is all over, that will be something that people should probably do a little bit more of. I don't know. I don't think anybody knows. That's the interesting thing to me about it is that it's just kind of it's a wait and see environment, you know, and doing what musicians do. I think that's going to be one of the last things that opens back up.